Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing very well, and it's time to show you the second shirt from the purchase that I did from Peruvian, Switzerland. First one, of course, was the ADT shirt that you can see in the background here, and the second one is in here. Now, I'll admit I have cheated a little bit. I had a little bit of a look just to see what it was like, because obviously this shirt arrived with some additional things on it, some hairs, and I thought, let's see how this one looks. Turns out it's actually not really what I'd ordered, which you've kind of gathered by the title of the video, I suspect. So let me show you the shirt, and then maybe something might stand out to you that maybe is missing, shall we say. So it's in here. This one came in a bag. Are you ready? Okay then, so let's go to the rear of the shirt. Okay, there it is. So this one is a red number. So we have the New Athletics, so it's the same manufacturer as the one just behind me there. We've got this beautiful design. Let's get a little bit closer on that. There we go, look at that. It's like tiles, isn't it? Very, very cool. And then on the back we've got a collar. The other one doesn't have the same sort of collar. But let's bring it round to the front and see what's going on here. Da, da, da. There, way to go. So it's a continuation of obviously the colour scheme and those tiles. They're all there. We have the club crest, which again, if you know who this is, very well done to you. Very well done to you. And we also have, well, I actually didn't check for any hairs, but no, it's definitely fine. It is a medium. It's got this sort of rainbow colour as well running across the inside there. And well, there's no sponsors. And that is the problem. I ordered this one with sponsors on it. And this one has arrived clearly without. So let me dress the mannequin and I'll explain to you a little bit what's gone on. And then also about the club. Okay then, so there is the shirt. If you do recognise the club, very well done. If you don't, it is Cienciano. It's their home shirt from 2024, so it's the current season. So both the shirts here are from the current seasons. And yeah, unfortunately, there's no sponsor on the front of this one. My friend sent me the photograph of the shirt that I was looking to buy, and it had the sponsors on the front, and this one clearly doesn't. So something's gone wrong there. I asked him, you know, what happened, and he said that it was apparently the lady must have given him something different over the counter. Not quite sure how that has happened, because usually you go with whatever you're buying, and then they scan it, and then you then take it back. So I don't know about that. As you can see from the club, the manufacturer website, they do have two versions. So they have the version with sponsors on, and they have the fan version without. And you might be looking at that thinking, well, you know what, it actually probably looks better without. And whilst I probably still prefer with, they are in a rather unorthodox position at the bottom and on the side. So it's not the most beautiful looking shirt. So I can deal with it, but it isn't what I was expecting. So that's obviously a frustration, which I'm sure you will appreciate there. When it comes to the club, they were founded in 1901, so quite an old club there, and they come from the city of Cusco, which is now the second club I have from that particular area. I have Cusco FC. I think there's one more big team that comes from there, so it'd be nice to have all three and then have the rivals together. That'd be pretty smart. They currently play in the top tier, just like ADT there, and you know what, this team, since the last video, there's been probably another round of football, they've now overtaken them. So these lot are in 6th place, though they have played one extra game, so that might change by the time this gets released. Last season, Cienciano, they finished mid-table, like 10th, 11th, so clearly they've pushed on a little bit, so it's been a good season for them. However, what this club can say is, other than the fact that they've still not won the league, just like ADT, they have won an international trophy, the only team from Peru to have done so. Nothing that the big teams have been able to do so. You've got to go back a little bit in time to 2003, and you've got to go to the Copa Sudamericana. So that's their sort of Europa League second tier trophy in South America, and they played against River Plate and they beat them. So this was the first time a Peruvian club won an international tournament, which allowed them to play in the following seasons like Super Cup. So they played against the winners of the Copa Libertadores, which is the Champions League version effectively, and they played against another big powerhouse from Argentina, Boca Juniors. And this team only went ahead and won it again. So they had to go to penalties this time. And there was a certain young Carlos Tevez that missed a penalty in the shootout. Luckily, that didn't affect him too much. I thought it was quite funny because Martin Palermo has scored in the final and he's famed for missing 3 in one game. So yeah, these guys, 2 international trophies, very, very cool. So it's nice. And that's exactly what those 2 stars above the crest represent. So that's a nice little bit of history when it comes to Peru. When it comes to the manufacturer, it's the same as the other one. It's New Athletic. This time though, these are sort of like transferred on, whereas that one was all like screen printed within. I think the sponsor would have been transferred on also because it was screen printed. That means they'd have had to have had 2 versions of the shirt, I would expect, and I think it's just going to go on top. And this is, I think it's the same material. It's like a lovely light little plastic transfer. That's very nice. I like the collar on it. That's a really, really cool shirt design. And also with the design of the main body, apparently it's based on something called a tocapu, which is like an old Aztec style mural tiling, which I think is cool. I think it looks really, really smart. It'd be better than if it was just purely red. I like it when a club just puts some sort of detailing into it. So that's it, really. Yeah, that's all I can say. A little bit frustrating that it isn't exactly as I was expecting, but it's still a smart shirt nonetheless. I don't know how many ones I've got from Peru now. Probably 4 or 5. I want to say 5. Okay then, so the next video I'm going to be doing is the home shirts for Italian clubs. There's some pretty cool stuff in there, and there's some pretty stuff. And then once we've got through the home ones, we can start looking at the away shirts, which I think are better for me to review because I can be a little bit more critical, should we say, because even though home shirts are sometimes a bit boring, they're still the key colours and club for every club, and it feels a little bit wrong to start attacking Manchester United for having a red shirt because, well, that's what they should be. They're traditionally in red, whereas an away shirt can be a little bit off-road, shall we say. So that's it. Yeah, by the time this is released, I'm on holiday. It's raining, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my videos as always. I have a few more shirts to open, but I'll be getting some more. Goodbye.